Okay, so here we are with the music of Fur Elise. The first thing we want to learn is the first phrase. You can see what a phrase is by the phrase marking above the music. So the first phrase has a pickup and then 6 notes, and it ends on A. So the A is your lowest note. And so with that, you're going to play, I think I highlighted text, and you're going to use your thumb on A. All right, so that's a number 1. So as you put your thumb on A, that means that you can use your 5 fingers in a row, A, B for number 2. There's no C in this phrase. Then D for finger number 4 and E for finger number 5. So this has a 5th of pinky number, but it starts with a ring finger. So for simplification, I recommend that you also use a finger number 5 to start with. And there we have a 5, right? And so because we're playing the ring finger, finger number 4, on D, we will also adjust that finger to D sharp. For the first 2 Ds are actually D sharp. So we have E, D sharp, E, D sharp, E. Then we have a B. Let's see, I'm going to stop that, start again. Then we have a B. I move that over. B, and then a D again with the 4th finger. So as you can see, this first phrase, this famous first phrase, da 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 da, is all played without moving your hands away from these same 5 notes, except with the exception of the D, which is a D sharp, and then it changes to a D natural. Okay, so that phrase, once you learn that first phrase, you've got a big percentage of the song, because that phrase comes in again at the beginning of the 2nd line, and then it repeats twice, because you go to the first ending, you repeat back to the beginning of the song, play that same phrase, and then the same phrase comes in again. Then on the 3rd line, looking ahead, there's a 2nd passage for just the 3rd line, and which is beautiful. And then the same phrase comes back at the end, just like it was at the beginning, and can end there. So it repeats quite a few times. So you want to be able to play this fluidly without moving your hands around the keyboard, right? And so when you get to this last ba 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 bum, this last note of the phrase, 3 things happen. You play the last note of the phrase, and that's when you start simultaneously playing with the left hand. And for those of you who have a pedal, if you are to play on a real piano, you would put your pedal down. And so this song is very effective with a pedal, all right? because it's a legato, beautiful sounding piece of piano music. So you can buy a pedal from Guitar Center for about $10. I don't know, Guitar Center probably isn't open right now, but you can get it shipped to your house or something like that. And all electric keyboards have a place where you can plug in a pedal and it will sustain the notes, right, for you, if you don't already have one. For those of you who are fortunate enough to have a real piano, there are usually more than one pedal on a real piano or a good electric piano, and that's designed for the house. And so it would be called the sustain pedal, which is the pedal to the right, just like driving a car. When you want to accelerate, the pedal is on the right. And when we use the sustain pedal, it's the one on the right. So you put the pedal, usually the pedal is synchronizes with the left hand. So in the event that you don't have a pedal, you don't have to pick up each note, you can just hold it down. And I will play that as a demonstration. When I make the recording, I'll demonstrate just holding the notes down as you play it, because you don't want a choppy sound. So, or you can use the pedal and that frees up your fingers a little more. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is learn the left hand. There are basically two gestures that the left hand uses throughout the song. The first one is within an octave. It's 2 A's below middle C, and then the A below middle C, right? So we have an octave of pinky on that A and thumb on the other A. And the fingering on this music is correct, all right? And then if you stretch your hand from A to A along that distance, you will find that the pointer finger will fall right in the vicinity of the E. So it's the A, E, A notes of the left hand. And I could even write that in for you. Let's see if we can do that. A. I'll move it over. A, E, and A. So, as you can see, this gesture repeats again here, and repeats again here, and repeats again here. So there are really only 2 gestures that have to be learned from the left hand. This is the first one, and the second one is based on the E below that A. So you'd start on E, play another E, and then you will cross over with your pointer finger to play G sharp. So I'll just write in those notes here for you. E. Here we go. E, E, and then a G sharp. I use the hashtag sign for a sharp. Okay. And there I can move it up, and you have your 3 notes there. Maybe I should move this one up as well. A little bit. Uh-oh. No, that didn't work. No. Okay, once it's there, it's there. Okay. Okay, so we have another octave expanse with the left hand here. And the only thing you want to do is roll over with your pointer finger, roll over your thumb to play that G sharp. So we almost have the whole song. So what you want to do is learn the first phrase and then practice your left hand. Switching from the first gesture, the A gesture, I'll call it, then the E gesture, then the A gesture. Then this phrase comes in again, the first phrase comes in again, then it's the A gesture, the E gesture, and the A gesture, and that repeats. And you can go round and round and round. And so there are two other things that come in with the right hand. This one repeats again exactly. And as you can see, it's one gesture that is played in one hand position. You don't want to move your hand around. You don't need to cross over or anything. The fingering is correct here. You play a middle C with your thumb, E, A, and then B with your fifth finger. So let me just put a fifth finger there. So because of this phrase marking, it's a smooth gesture. Ba, da, da, da. Right? And when you play that last note, that's when three things happen. The last note of the phrase, the pedal, and also the left hand gesture starts on E, right? And then I have about 1 minute left, and I'm going to finish with the last gesture, which again is played in one hand position. So you actually have three places you have to move your hands to to play the song. And then this is E, G sharp, B, and the last note is a C, and that again is played with your pinky so that you get a nice smooth gesture. And as you play that last note of each phrase, you're going to have those same three things happen with the pedal down, the A gesture with the left hand, and the last note. So I'm going to stop the recording here. This will take you through the first two lines and the last two lines of the song. Okay? And for the second lecture, I'll cover the third line, which is a little involved, but it's very fun to get going once you learn how to play it. So people like to practice these first two lines and learn those very well. Once you learn those, the third line becomes much easier. So I recommend you practicing that first. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording. And hope you enjoy